I don't know why, but my camera isn't working this night. I don't know, it's something like with the software or anything. But still, I'm going to share my screen so you can see it. Okay? Whew, whee. Yes. So once again, welcome to the LILE online language community. In the topic for this class is going to be the leisure activities. Okay, so in this class, we are going to speak about those activities and hobbies that we have and those things that we just enjoy to do in our free time. So also, we are going to speak about travel and our dream trip, like maybe a place that we have ever dreamed to be in. So we will speak about that a little bit. But to begin, as you know, we always do a little listening exercise. So we were speaking, I was speaking with Natalia about um, the listening exercise, and she told me that she did the exercise from the, uh, what was that, English Institute, right, Natalia?
Yes, yes, right.
Right. And then I don't know, Leonardo, which activity did you did from the listening exercise proposed for this session in the contents?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it was about English Institute.
Okay. Yeah, so I was telling Natalia that actually there are two topics for week 6, and we are going to speak about the leisure activities. So, but still we can do about the English language, the English Institute, sorry. So let's begin then. In this case, we are going to change some of the equations here. So let's
Oh,
begin with Natalia.
Okay.
Natalia,
Yes,
what
yes.
was, yeah, what was the conversation about?
Okay. So the conversation is between two men, and they were talking about English. The person was going to call to a reporter asking about the cost, because this person have to do an English course. I think so. So they want to take a course, and they had to need or wanted to know about about the topics, and another person told him, and I can remember now, so I forget the last part.
Okay, that's why we have many students here, and I'm glad that all of you met the exercise. So Leonardo maybe can help a little bit. Leonardo, do you
uh,
know what happened at the end of the listening?
at the end of the listening, okay, from what I can gather, okay, there is some kind of things that uh, the friend's man, the man's friend has to take into account. For example, the sponsorship, because if he wants to take an English course or if he wants to get a scholarship, he needs somebody to help you with all these things that are related to funds. And what else? He needs to get an I-20. This is just like a paper in which, okay, the person who is going to get the scholarship, or the person who is going to be studying, okay, he needs to send to the ambassador in order to get the permission. to travel to another country.
Yeah. So actually, what happened is that sometimes we think that maybe studying in other country can be something easy, but it happened to me too. So when I first came to the United States, I just came with the idea that I will study a lot, and then it will be like easier. But then there are many requirements to attend to those universities, and especially they also include things about the language, and the costs aren't the same as Colombia. So there are many requirements in order to get into education in institutes, especially when it is overseas. So, have you guys ever tried to access to education, or do you have plans to study overseas, Leonardo?
Okay. Yes, of course. 1 year ago, I wanted to travel to Miami to a university by the name of Wing. So when I was doing this kind of process, there was a specific part in which I needed to have a sponsorship. So it could be either my parents or another person. Um, these kind of people need to provide me a special money. It could be more than maybe $10,000. It was just like the capital that I need in order to, yeah, to travel to this country. That's why I needed the sponsorship, and it's a special requirement for every university you want to go. If you want to study in the United States, you need this sponsorship. And I decided to go to another other universities, and yeah, it happened the same thing. This is the most important requirement, the sponsorship. So maybe my parents were a little bit complained. Uh, they didn't want to help me with this thing. Yeah, this is what I could tell you.
Yeah, so yeah, I understand that pretty well, but
I wanted to get a full scholarship, but it doesn't necessarily mean that um, maybe I'm not going to be, how to explain that. Yeah, my parents were saying, well, you are going to get us a full scholarship, so I don't want to help you with this sponsorship. That's why, yeah, I decided to uh, dismiss that option of studying overseas.
oh no way. Oh no way. That makes me pretty sad.
But okay, I was doing this exam in order to get a full scholarship, but I wasn't able to get it. I was placed in on waiting list. It means that there were maybe other 8 persons who get these positions that I wanted. So if I had studied a little bit more, I would be able to get this full scholarship. Maybe if I had gotten this full scholarship, my parents had taken this option of the sponsorship.
Yeah, I understand because actually, as I was telling, um, education here in the States is pretty expensive. So I will understand your parents in some point because maybe they couldn't afford something like that. Like maybe it was too expensive, or yeah. But still, it's like I don't know. It will how to say, it's an opportunity that maybe you were like pretty excited about, and then it didn't happen. So it's like there is a sin sabor. I don't know that word in English, so
Okay.
Yeah.
So they
Mhm.
told me that if I want to travel overseas, I need to have enough money. So I need to work very hard to go there. That's why I'm working. I'm currently working as a arts teacher. Well,
Mm.
I try to do my best in order to, yeah, to save money. But yeah, maybe if I look ahead, maybe in 3 years, I would like to travel overseas, especially to the United States, in order to study maybe music, a master's program. It could be, yeah, in a special university that could provide me this full scholarship because living in the United States is obviously absolutely expensive. So you need to have some strategies. You need to think objectively to look the pros and cons before taking that option. Yeah.
Yeah, so was it a master degree or was it like just a college degree?
No, it would be a master's program. Or,
Mhm.
yeah, there is another program by the name of arts diploma. Arts diploma. When doing an arts diploma, it means that there is no need for you to have a special English level. So this is a way for you to brush up on your English skills, and at the same time, if you're studying, for example, in my case, clarinet, and maybe you feel that you're not enough to get into a master's program, there in that kind of program, they're going to provide the tools in order for you to be able to do a good performance when doing your master's degrees exam. Because, well,
Mm.
maybe to be more precise, I wanted to get a master's program, but my teacher told me that I wasn't super prepared for it, and I needed to study a little bit more. So maybe the only option that I could take would be to do an arts diploma because you don't have the need to have a good English level. And as I was saying before, maybe if you have some kind of problems with your instrument, I mean, some technical problems, they're not going to bother you at the beginning because they know that you need to have specific preparation before what you have in the future, that is to have your master's degree. So, yeah, maybe in
Yeah.
the future I'm going to think about an arts diploma or, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
What I try
Sounds
to
pretty interesting.
what I try to do is to save money. Yeah,
Yeah. I hope you can do it. I think you will do it, of course. Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So what about you, Natalia?
Yes, I like to travel to other countries in order to know about cultures, about people, food. I don't know. I love knowing a lot of places, especially nature. And this is my favorite. So I I love learning English because I love to listen to English rock music. This is my favorite music, and I try to listen to this music every day. And I can learn and can practice, and I learn a little pronunciation and some words, and I like this language really.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that sounds fantastic, Natalia. Okay, let's go with the leisure activities then. So we were speaking about ah, that we will speak about the leisure activities. So in this case, just think about those things that you love to do in your free time, that you enjoy the most. and just try to use some adverbs of frequency. For example, in my case, to give you an example, I just I usually listen to music in the morning. Yeah, that will be as a good example of that you can use for to describe your leisure activities. So, who wants to begin? Let's go with Leonardo.
Okay. Yeah, for the most part, I like to practice some kind of things that are called calisthenics. Calisthenics is when you train your body weight by doing exercises just like pull-ups, dips, push-ups, and this is something that makes me feel so happy. I totally enjoy doing this kind of things of activities. Maybe because of the fact that I could release stress, or at the same time I could feel mentally and physically stronger. And yeah, on the other hand, I like to obviously I like to practice English, maybe by listening to some YouTube videos, or maybe by writing those specific words that I try to learn every single day. Some of them are complicated words. Yeah, I try to put them in my vocabulary, my daily vocabulary, and I try to practice the pronunciation by using the IPA, the International Phonetic Alphabet. I consider a huge fan of phonetics. There are so many important things that I have learned from phonetics, especially from American from phonetics. Yeah, that's what I try to do because in the morning I'm currently working as an art teacher from 7 to 1:30 p.m. Yeah, that's all.
Wow, wow, sounds pretty interesting. That exercise that you do is something like that maybe I would love to look about. Okay, let's see, Natalia.
Yes, I
Sorry,
I have I have
could
to
I
do
say
a lot of
something?
activities every day because I work. I'm a housewife. I have a daughter and a son, and so I try to listen to English rock music every day, all day. When I come home or when I get home, I I listen to music. Yes, all day. I need the music because it makes me happy. So
So I just can imagine. I just imagine you just dancing with the broom through the house, and then
when
something like that, right?
while doing some chores and listening to music, and I I don't know. I love doing exercise, so I love running, and I do exercise every day. I try to do exercise every day. Sometimes I can do it, but I try. So I do homeworks with my son, my little son, because he's 8 years old, and they need my company. I think so. And I don't know. I love reading, especially science books. This is my favorite subject. Science book in English language in order to learn too, and in order to practice English too. So I watch some movies. Is my favorite in English language too. I don't know, and I share with my family. This is the most important, I think so. And I walk my dog sometimes.
Mm. You said that you walk the dog.
Yes, I
Ah,
don't like the dogs, but my daughter has a dog, and uh,
oh,
they
I see.
love him.
Oh yeah, it seems like you are pretty active person. Like you dance while doing the dishes maybe, and then you do exercise, and then you have your song with the task, and then take the dog for a walk. Wow, that's pretty active. Yes, sounds like
Yeah.
you never get bored.
Yeah.
Okay, I think like Leonardo wanted to say something.
No, that because I remember the word that maybe you weren't able to remember, sin sabor, tasteless, you could say.
Tasteless.
Yeah, tasteless, sin sabor, o en sí que.
Oh, tasteless. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Look at that, tasteless. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Thank you. So,
Yeah, sometimes you know lots of vocabulary, but maybe yeah, maybe because of the time, maybe you are so tired, you're not able to remember. Hmm.
yeah, we have lots of things to think about these days,
Yeah,
and yeah.
you know, I
Yeah,
know.
you're completely right. So, just well, we were speaking about your hobbies, and just think about imagine yourself in your college days or maybe in your high school days. Can you imagine yourself and remember which were your favorite hobbies and how do you think they have changed during the years? And right now, just compare the hobbies that you have now and the hobbies that you used to have at high school or something like that. Do you think they have changed over the years? And how do you think they have changed, Leonardo?
Okay. If I look back, maybe when I was studying at high school, I was studying in the morning. Um, okay, after leaving from school, okay, I used to have lunch and then I returned to the school in order to study music. I was playing the clarinet from 2 to 5 because of playing with the college of the school symphonic. And then I went home. I do some homeworks. Yeah, it was my basic routine. Okay, in terms of university, I used to work out every single day. Well, maybe twice per week or three times a week. I realized that the more I train, the better I feel. I feel more energetic, and maybe because I consider myself as a hyperactive person. This is something that I try not to. I try to do every single time to work out. This kind of exercises that I was saying, that I was pointing out. Yeah, it was maybe 10 years ago. Uh, from the time I was studying at Javeriana until now. And this is a habit that I consider uh, I am not going to dismiss. I'm not going
Yeah,
to
too quick, right?
yeah,
Okay. But wow, you were studying at Javeriana? Oh, that's amazing.
yes.
So how did you end up studying it at university?
Okay, yeah, it's very different. Okay, I was studying music, but I decided to study English as a second language at UNAT because of the time. I'm working, so I'm very busy. I have a hectic schedule. That's why the most recommendable option for me to do was to be part of this amazing university. In this moment, this is something that I like. I thoroughly enjoy taking classes with the tutors. Because of that, my English skills has been coming along a lot, and this is something that I appreciate. That I have to thank all of you. For example, you have helped me in order to put in practice my English skills. And I decided to study English because maybe I've come a long way. I mean, I have studied English for a long time since I was a child, maybe at the age of 13. Now I am 28 years old. So there is a resolution that they have for this year, and is that maybe at the end of September, I don't know, I'm gonna do an exam in order to get a C1 level. This is what I want to get in the future, a
Which
C1 level.
which test are you going to take?
I don't know, maybe it could be either the Michigan test or maybe the Cambridge test, but I don't know. You have to look for, you have to
Yeah. Have
pass.
you,
Yeah.
excuse me, have you ever think about the TOEFL test?
Okay, I did the TOEFL test 3 times.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
and
So what happened?
I did the IELTS twice. Okay, about the TOEFL, yes, I did good, but what I want is to get a certification that in which you could demonstrate that you have this C1 level. Because okay, if you're doing the TOEFL and you get a good result, this is going to last for 2 years. But if you try to do another test, for example, the Cambridge, they could give you the possibility to have a certification forever. It's going to last, yeah, all your life.
Yeah, yeah, I understand that because I have already done the Michigan test. But if you compare the TOEFL to the Michigan test, the Michigan test is really easy. It's way easier. So that's why I was asking. Okay, so
Okay, but when you're talking about the TOEFL, are you talking about the IBT or the PBT?
uh well, it's different, right? Like the IBT is the virtual one, right? That you
It,
take online.
it was that one that I did three
Mhm.
times.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Did you do the PBT or
No, I haven't done that one. I just know about the IBT because I'm also preparing for that one.
yeah?
So that's what I know about that. Yeah. So let's go with Natalia. I think like sorry.
Oh, okay, no problem. So, yes, I'm going to talk about this topic. So, I think it's changing a lot because when I was a child, um, I used to play. I play and I play. So this is this was my favorite hobby. So when I was a teenager, I like or I used to read books. I love reading books, and I don't know, maybe I have other hobbies. I don't know. When I was in eighth grade, I play volleyball.
Mm.
So and I don't know at this moment, and I'm only work and I don't play now, but and I like it, but I don't have time really because I have a lot of activities to do. So I don't know. I think it's changing a lot because before um, I didn't exercise, and at this moment I try to do exercise in order to be healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty important, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So let's go with the next one. Oh, I think I have already asked you about this or not. I'm not sure. So in this case, we are going to speak about have you had the opportunity to travel? So in that case, let's begin with Natalia.
Okay. I like to travel, but I don't have money at this moment, but I'm saving some money in order to travel. And I like to travel with my husband and my family, my son, my daughter, and I need a lot of money.
Yeah, big family,
Yeah, yeah.
bigger budget.
Two children, but I like to travel because I love traveling because I know a lot of cultures and a lot of people and some beautiful places. This is my goal, and I want to work that
Oh, that's
on
pretty
that.
good. Muy bien. Okay, let's go with Leonardo.
Okay, I'm going to talk about in a total style. I'm gonna be very brief. Okay, yeah, I had to travel overseas, especially to Spain. It was in order to do an internship because of winning a competition. So what I had to do was to play with one of the best recognized bands in all over the world. And this band is from Spain, so we had to play in an international bands contest that was celebrated in Valencia. It was 4 years ago, and it was such an incredible experience, memorable. I had the opportunity to meet new people and to make new friends. Sometimes I try to be in contact with them. Yeah, in that time, I remember that I was a little bit shy. So I learned from that culture to be more outgoing. And that this is something that I'm not going to remember. It's going to linger in my experiences, in my memories a lot. And I wish I could come back again to Spain. Thank you.
Wow, that's amazing. So what was the name of the band?
Okay, the name of the band was it has a the name is very large. It's just like I'm gonna say in Spanish,
Of course.
Federación de Sociedades Musicales de la Comunidad Valenciana.
Wow, it's like a yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is the
So
best
it
band.
is like classic music, right?
Yes.
Oh, sounds amazing. Sounds like an amazing experience. So next go with the last one. So think about that trip of your life. I'm going to tell you a little bit, a little secret, but don't tell anyone. Okay? Okay. Actually, I'm going to have the trip of my life in just less than a month, and I'm going to travel to South Korea for 2 weeks, and I'm pretty excited about that. So, as me, maybe you, both of you, have a trip of your life. Have you ever think about one country or a city that you would love to visit? And if you ever have the opportunity to have the vacations or holidays of your life, where it will be, what would you do? And who would you go with? It is begin with Natalia.
Okay. I like to travel to USA in order to practice the language and know a lot of beautiful places. I know on TV on our, but I want to travel there. So another country I like to travel is Europe.
Europe?
Um, Europe,
Europe? Like
Europe. I don't know.
yep.
uh, because there are amazing places, and I have an uncle there. So this is a possibility, and I want to travel there.
Where is your uncle living?
Um, I forgot the oh, I forgot French. I don't remember really the name.
Okay.
I can remember at this moment. No.
Hmm. Okay. So let's go with Leonardo. Have you have the trip of your life in mind? Which one is that?
I'm going to talk as if I was doing the TOEFL test. You know that you have to speak in 45 seconds. I'm going to.
Okay, tick tock, tick tock.
Okay. If I had the opportunity to travel to a specific place, I would travel to New York for some reasons. To begin with, because this is a multicultural city. That's why there are such a wide variety of opportunities for you to have a good time. For example, you could go to an important theaters, or you could go to the Lincoln Center. In my case, I would like to go to Juilliard. This is one of the most important places for people to study music, and I would like to meet some important teachers because I would like to study with them in the future. And I would like to go with my girlfriend in order to have a good time and new many kind of things. That's all.
Yeah, that's amazing. New York is so big and like it's got lots of buildings and it's just
Skyscraper.
amazing. Yeah, skyscrapers, right? And I just stood for 3 days there. I spent 3 days there in New York
Really?
City.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. The only thing is that I spent most of the time at an institute because it was the preparation that I have to do for educational component of my job. So, but still, I think it's something that I would love to visit again. Yeah, New York is just I don't have words to describe it. It's just amazing. Yeah, okay. Let's see. So that's it. Um, so thank you a lot for participating, and I wish you can accomplish all of those objectives that you have spoken about the trip of your life. I think like I hope it will be something pretty soon. For example, just some months ago, I wouldn't think that I will have the opportunity to travel to many places as I have done now. So maybe just keep thinking about that trip and don't ever look away from that. And I think at certain point you will have the opportunity to just fulfill all of your dreams.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, okay. I hope you have enjoyed this session, and I really enjoy having you tonight. Hope you have a wonderful night, and just don't forget to subscribe.
Yes.
Okay, Leonardo, have a wonderful night. Thank you for sharing all those experience.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. So I wish I could continue working with you maybe next week. Okay.
Okay, okay. Hope to see you again. Bye bye, Natalia. Thank you
Okay,
for everything.
excuse me. Before I want to ask something. So, what is the topic the next week, please?
Well, what happened in this week it was different because there were two suggested how to say topics, but in the next weeks it's going to be just one, so it won't be confusing. I don't know, Natalia, if I have sent you the link with the list of topics for each class or for each week. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
I don't know if I have sent you that.
No, really
No?
no. I don't have the,
Okay.
the link. No.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. So I will send it at the end of this session on Skype. So just check it out and don't forget to ask me any question that you have. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Hope you have a wonderful night, Natalia.
Thank you. The same to you.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
teacher.
Leonardo. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, Natalia.